Everyone, welcome back. These are going to be my impressions of Resident Evil 7 running on the PlayStation 5. As you can see here, this appears when you start it up for the first time, even if you have a saved game already, and it shows you the difference between ray tracing on and off. It's my understanding with ray tracing that it's global illumination and ray trace reflections, which you'll see a little bit of here in the beginning. Now, first off, I gotta say, unlike Resident Evil 2 and 3, where ray tracing incurs a big performance penalty, ray tracing for Resident Evil 7, pretty smooth. I haven't seen any dips or anything whatnot, although then again, I don't have a frame rate counter. But it looks really nice. Again, it doesn't dramatically alter the look of the game, but it it's a nice little touch, as you can see right here, coming up. You see there's ray trace reflections. Also, by the way, I'm playing on the easiest difficulty because I wanted to record the footage. There's Jack dying. I always find his death animation funny. And there you see some ray traced reflections. Nice little touch. I do want to say that in my impressions of Resident Evil 2, I said it doesn't dramatically alter the look of the game. And that's still true, but I do feel it does enhance the look, especially of Resident Evil 2, because there's a lot of noise in the reflections, and the ray tracing does eliminate that. And Resident Evil 2 and 3 also feature global illumination, which is my understanding. So it's a nice touch. It's just sad that at this point in time, it just incurs such a big performance penalty. But not so with Resident Evil 7. I was checking out VG Tech, and they did a frame rate test of this on PS5 and Series X. I have not tried this out on my Series X yet. I probably will, although I don't know if I'll upload any footage of it, since I doubt it's going to look any different from this. But it seems to run perfect. Not so on Series S. It seems to hover in the mid-50s down to the lower 40s. I'll include a link to the video if you want to check it out. I've not tried the high frame rate mode, as I currently do not have my TV and PlayStation set up for it. And for me, that's not such a big deal. Also, you cannot use high frame rate mode and ray tracing at the same time in any of the new Resident Evil upgrades, just for your FYI. Beyond that, it's Resident Evil 7. If you like the game and enjoy it, it's been nice just to come back to this. Haptic feedback is very cool. The 3D audio in all three games and the haptic feedback has been it's a nice little touch. The 3D audio is not exclusive to the PlayStation. It's in all three new versions of the game. Although apparently on PC I've read that it's causing some problems with crashing. But thankfully, Capcom sorry, I'm distracted by my own footage. They have added the ability to roll back to the previous version on Steam, and I guess going forward, the original versions will be available alongside the new versions. So just for your FYI, running those games under DirectX 12 can be problematic versus running it under DirectX 11. So yeah, there's not really much I can say that hasn't been said about this game. I will say, I think part of the reason why the ray tracing works so much better in this, being that this is older than Resident Evil 2, and this was Capcom's first RE Engine game. And so it's not as visually ambitious as Resident Evil 2 and 3. I mean, if you just take a look at Mia in this, and then take a look at her in Resident Evil 7, there's just huge upgrades to her model. So I think that's probably part of the reason why this works so well. That, and they're also using checkerboard 4K in both the Series X and the PS5, and I believe checkerboard 1440p on the Series S. According to VG Tech, I could be wrong. I will wait to see what others have said, those more technically inclined than me. Um, but it does look very nice. Uh, Resident Evil 7 was never a super sharp game, given Capcom was going for a found footage, so it has a softer look. But it's a nice little upgrade. By the way, my aiming in this sucks. It's hard to hit these guys for some reason. The way they move their head just makes it a bit tricky. I always found it a little difficult to aim, and you end up wasting more bullets than you should, or at least I do, because I'm terrible at aiming in this one. So yeah, it's just a nice little bonus. Nice to come back to this game after all this time. Looks good. Oh, something else I should mention too before I forget. I remember playing this on PS4 Pro and then later trying it out on One X. The A lot of times you would come up close to textures and they'd be running a lower resolution and then they would load in the quicker ones. I have not seen that at all in this, and I'm guessing their streaming system with the NVMEs is significantly better, plus faster RAM. So that was also a nice little touch. That was one of those little annoying things about the original Resident Evil 7. So if that bothered you, at least in the PS5 version, it's been fixed. Textures are nice and disgusting looking up close. But yeah, not much more I can really say about this. You know, it's pretty amazing to think that they went from Resident Evil 6 with its over-the-top Michael Bay-esque action to this. So anyways, until next time, I'm signing off. Go check out Resident Evil 7 if you haven't played it in a long time, or if this is your first time, go enjoy it. Anyways, until next time.